Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. And into this ring, he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life.
The epic struggle of good against evil is masterfully told in The Lord of the Rings. The trilogy's author, J.R.R. Tolkien, himself a Catholic, has long been lauded for incorporating religious ideals into his works. A fan of Tolkien is online blogger John Carswell. He reads the author as offering a warning to mankind that is nearly identical to what Pope Francis is saying in Bolivia: harness the frenzy to tear apart our common home, or preside over the destruction of creation.
We have these incredible capabilities now, but are we using them for good or evil? That's the question we often don't ask ourselves. And I think if Tolkien were alive today, he would definitely see that as a manifestation of the ring in a way.
Though John doesn't know if the Pope has actually read The Lord of the Rings, he believes that what is written in the books foreshadows what the Pope writes in Laudato Si, the papal letter to the world on human ecology. And John worries that Tolkien's imaginary Mordor could represent things to come for us.
You know, the physical descriptions of the land of Mordor are of this place where there's nary a drop of water. It almost gives you this sense of like a 19th century landscape that's been really marred by the Industrial Revolution, by just overuse of the environment. And it's just all given to production and to domination.
In his memorable Bolivian speech, Pope Francis declares that the just distribution of the fruits of the earth is not mere philanthropy, it's a moral obligation. For Christians, the responsibility is even greater. It's a commandment. A commandment John thinks the Christian Tolkien understood well.
Catholicism has a deep and profound respect for nature and for the world that God has given us.
John points out that the God who inspired Tolkien and Francis to write about saving the world actually created the world and knows how humans can save it.
When we look to God and say, God, how can we solve this problem? I think God always intends to surprise us and wants to show us a new way. I think the big takeaway for me from the Pope's Encyclical and from the works of Tolkien has always just been, always look to the power of God for solutions, and you'll be surprised at what comes of that if you only place your faith and your hope in Him.
John encourages everyone to spend a little more time outdoors, contemplating the beauty of creation, in order to better appreciate what God has given to us in our common home. Reporting for Currents, I'm Katie Breidenbach.